Welcome back to PowerPoint, and today we're going to be looking at Lesson 9, using animation and multimedia. This is where PowerPoint can be a lot of fun. You've already figured out what your text is going to be on the slide. You've added your graphics. Now we're going to look at how to make the objects move around on your PowerPoint, how to make your text or your graphics go in and out, which is called animation, and we're also going to look at adding transitions, which is how your slides go from one side to the next slide during your presentation. This chapter also discusses adding media clips to a presentation. We're not really going to talk about that in this class, but the information is here in your textbook for you. So make sure, as always, remember to look through your chapter in your textbook. At the least, please look at the PowerPoint presentations themselves for your textbook in Blackboard. Right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the assignment, Mastery Assessment 9.5, which is on page 348 here in your textbook. And it is all about animating a drawing. So what we're going to do is we're going to download the Monitor PowerPoint here from Blackboard. And the first thing we're going to do is save it as Monitor Final. So I'm going to come up here to File, Save As. I'm going to find my folder for my classes here. And we're going to save this as Monitor Final. A lot of people use PowerPoint to create signs, and this is a sign that we want to put up, say, at the front of the class, and we just want to have it playing over and over again. And we're going to put some animations here. We've got our monitor graphic, we have the big no graphic, and we have a hand holding a spray paint can graphic. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select that spray can graphic. So we're going to click on that. So we have the little handles, the sizing handles all around that particular graphic. And we want to add some animations to it. So we're going to come up here on our ribbon in PowerPoint and click on Animation. We've got a lot of different animations we can choose from. If we click on here under the animation, you can see we have entrance effects and emphasis. We have exit effects. So the entrance effect is how is it going to appear when you first go into that slide. The exit effect is, do you want it to do something before it goes to the next slide? So that's what the exit effect is. We want to choose effect options from right. So we're going to find the from right entrance effects here. When all else fails, read directions. Let's read what it says over here. Select the spray can graphic. We did that. On the Animation tab, click Animations, and in the Entrance selection section, select Fly In. So here's our fly in, so you can see how it flew in. Right next to our animation, we have here Effect Options. And the Effect Options is where you can change the directions. Now, not all of the options have the same effects that you can add to them. Some have more, some have less. Here for the fly-in, we can make it from the bottom, from the top, from the bottom right. We want to choose from right. Okay. And over here, in the timing, we have to start it, we can either choose to have it start either on click, with previous, or after previous. Now, when you're creating your PowerPoint presentation, what you want to think of is, do I want to have to hit the mouse bar, or hit the space bar, or click on the mouse in order for this animation to occur, or do I want it to occur right as I go into the slide? Do I want it to occur with other motions? And for this one, we want to choose after previous. So we want it to start after the screen, after our slide appears on our presentation. So down here on our spray crayon graphic, we're going to select it here, okay, and then up here we're going to add an animation. We already have one animation to it. We want to add another one to the same graphic. So we're going to click on Add Animation, and we're going to come down here to the motion paths. Now, the motion paths are really a lot of fun. This is where you can tell it, okay, this is where I want you to go, this is what I want you to do. You can make it spell your name out, you can have it bounce across your screen. We're going to click this More Motion Paths here to get more options, and we want the arc down. So right here's our line curves. We want it to arc down. Okay, see how you can kind of see it in the background, a little look at what that's going to look like. We're going to say OK. And we want this, instead of starting on click, we want it to start after previous. So we want our spray paint can to fly in from the right, and then we want it to arc. And in our effect options here, we want it to reverse path directions. So we want it to go towards our monitor, not away from our monitor. And we want on our motion path right here, this is the path for our arc, we actually want the green arrow, the start, to be where the red arrow originally was. So we want this green arrow, instead of being over here, we want it to be at this end. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on this, and we're going to move it just like this. Just click and drag. So now it's going to go over there, and up here we can actually do preview up here on our ribbon. This is what it would look like. Okay. So it looks like it's coming in and from the left, and then he's going down to spray the monitor. Let's go ahead and go to the next page here. Now we want to add do some animation to our red circle shape. So we're going to, first thing that we have to do is click on that object. So we're going to click on the red circle object. We're going to say, we're going to come up here and add some animation. We want it to be one of the entrance effects, and we want it to be fade. Okay. Now, you can see here with the fade, we don't have any effect options to choose from. It's just going to fade. What we want to do though, we don't want it to start on click, we want it to start after previous. So since we already have an animation going, we want this to happen after that animation is through, and we want to delay it. The duration is how long is that going to take for it to come in. We want to change this and increase this to 2. So I'm just going to keep increasing that to 2 o'clock. This delay, what this means is maybe we don't want the animation to take effect for 3 minutes or something like that, or 3 seconds or 45 seconds. That's where you would put that in. We don't have any delays that we want. So if we hit preview now, you can see our spray can's going to come in, and then no, don't use glass cleaner on a monitor. So again, this is what your final document is going to look like. So now you're ready to save that and submit it for your grade in Blackboard.